Hello, it's Derek here. I'm in the workshop. I'm doing a bit of wiring on my project. It's 250 James, the Francis Burnett frame, and some spurious forks. But I'm doing some wiring today. I'm wiring up the generator, AC 2-phase, and I'm fitting a solid state regulator, which is this one. The old regulator I've thrown away, it's over in the bin somewhere. I'll see if I can find it for you after, show you what it is. But you get a lot of people on the internet, they get frightened to death of these wiring and trying to diagnose faults or whether it's charging or not, and how to wire up these solid state regulators. It's actually dead simple. If you break this wiring down into ignition, generator, lights, and just into it, instead of looking at the whole thing at one, just take it piece by piece, quite easy. Inside here, at the back of all that lot in there's this stator plate. It's like that, and these fitted a lot on British bikes. This is the old stuff where you say, you know, Lucas, Prince of Darkness. These things, they was very unreliable, and the Y-Pack did a similar system. There's a couple of coils missing. I think see, there's a coil there, there's a coil here, there should be a couple of more coils on here. I've robbed them off for some reason, I don't know what I've robbed them off for. I'm just showing you what it looks like. So that is inside there at the back of a cover, you can't see it, and there's 3 wires come off this thing. There's only 2 wires here because I've robbed them. You've got a wire here, a wire there should be another couple of wires, but that's all you need to know. So basically what you've got inside there is this unit, some coils on. Doesn't matter how many coils on. There's a magnet inside that rotates. Now off this you'll find there's 3 wires, and there's another wire that goes to the points. So coming out of this unit here, we've got 4 wires there, blue, white, like an orange colour, and a green. The blue wire is for the points, so we just ignore that for the time being. That's a different system. We're only interested in the white wire, this orangey red wire, and the green wire. Okay, so we've got 3 wires. This is the blue wire, which goes to your points. So we're ignoring that one. Forget the well, it's actually down at the bottom, it's purple, but I've connected it to a blue. So the wire down there is purple. So here you've got a white, green, what was the other one? It's like an orange. Right. So what you've got one set of coils here, and then that set of coils is connected to that set of coils. There's actually 3 together. I think it's 3 together, 3 in a pack, and they're all connected in series, and they come out at green. Right, that's a green wire. So that's connected to that, that's connected to that, and that's connected to the white one. Now the orange wire does the same. There's another set of coils there, another set of coils here, another set of coils here, and the orange wire goes from there to there to there, connected to the white. So in fact what you've got is the white wire connected to a set of coils, set of coils, set of coils, so you've got an orange wire, and you've got a green, you've got a white. Okay, so that is a simplified version of that. The two, what we call this is the white is common to both of those. So you've got a green wire and an orange wire, the wire in series through these coils, they're both connected at white, so white is common to both of those, right? So what you've got now, all you do is connect these 3 wires up to that thing, that solid state rectifier. On that solid state rectifier, you've got, it's very poorly marked. Everyone I've seen has been very poorly marked. Basically, what you've got, you'll have it'll either say AC, or it'll have a sine wave, which looks like that, and then you'll have a positive. Right? On this one, these 2 are not marked. There's no markings on. But directly opposite that one, diagonally, that's AC, and directly opposite the positive, that's negative. Although it doesn't say it, that's what it is. The direct opposites are opposite. So that's AC, that's AC, that's positive, that's negative. So what you have is the white connects to one of them 2. Either one, it doesn't matter. So let's connect the white to that one. And these 2 can be connected together on this AC. So that one can go to there, and also that one can go to there. I'm not connected up for the time being, but we'll let them connect it like that for the time being. Negative goes to earth, and I'm going to run this back negative earth. So negative goes to earth, positive goes to your battery to charge the battery up, if you're having a battery. If not, you can run your ignition coil off it. But I'm going to put a battery on, so that is going to go to my battery, positive, and battery negative goes to earth. Right, so you can see that this thing is quite simple. There's 4 connections. The white one goes to one AC, the orange one or the green, it doesn't matter, goes to the other AC, and you can connect them both on. And if you connect them both on, you get twice the output when you're running. But sometimes you don't want twice the output, it's too much. So what they do is, the second one, you take it through a switch back to there, and this only comes on when you switch your lights on. So when you're running on normal running, that wire charges your battery. If you connected them both up, it'd overcharge the battery. So you only switch the second one on when your lights are switched on. You have to have like a 2-pole switch. Now on the original Francis Burnett James bikes, they had a switch, a light switch come ignition switch, which was really complicated, and that did all the switching. So if you've got one of them, you've got to work out how it works, and that's how it works. On some of the bikes as well, I think it's on the James and on the Francis Burnett as well, that they put a resistor wire in here. They put a resistance in that one. So when you're running normally, let's just say without any side lights on, the charging wire's got to go through that resistance to charge the battery. When you put your side lights on, this fancy switch bypasses that resistance and charges the battery a bit more. When you put your headlights on, this switch switches the second phase on and charges the battery. It's not complicated, it's just how many times do you switch them wires onto that AC, and the white is just on all the time. So just to run over it again, here's your rectifier, positive, negative, negative to earth. If you're running negative earth, AC, AC, white to one, the other two to this one. That's it. This one goes to your battery. That's it. Now when you take your wires off your original selenium rectifier, which would be on these normally, you have to just figure them wires out, and they're usually them colours. But the way to try it is, is just arc these together when it's running, or when you crank the engine over. See which ones flash. If that one sparks to that one, you know one of them is common. Then if you spark the other one to it, the other ones you can figure it out. You can figure out which is common and which is power. Right. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you how to test this thing without actually running it, starting it up. Right. Before I do that, this is what I was talking about. Can I get this in focus or not? That says AC there. I don't, you can't see it. That says AC where my thumb is. That says positive. These others are not marked. But directly opposite the red one, the black one, is earth. Diagonally opposite the white one is the green one. Now what I have done, I've took one wire off there, and I've connected it to both the green and the orange. So I'm putting both supplies onto one terminal. Those two wires are connected together at one side there. See, a double loop comes off. One goes to one wire, one goes to the other wire. So one side of the AC is connected to both wires, and that's the white, which is the common. That's the red that goes to my battery, and that's the black to the earth. Earth is there. Right, what I'll do now, I'll show you the output. I can test the output without going and having to start the bike up. Right, there's my solid state rectifier, and that's the red wire connected to positive. That will go normally straight to my battery. What I've got to do is I've got to go into my multimeter. Okay, so I've got my multimeter connected to the red output, which would normally go to the battery. This is the other side of the multimeter, which I'm going to put to earth to check the voltage output. So I'm on volts. And all I'm going to do now is to spin the engine with my electric drill and see what I'm going to put this onto earth, and let's see what the voltage is. Getting just under 6 volts. Now my battery must be going a little bit lower, because just before I tried this I was getting 7. So I think it's only a cordless drill this. I think it's struggling to whiz it over. But there you can see that I'm getting just under 6 volts, and that's what you're looking for. It's a 6 volt system. So we know that we've got the voltage or thereabouts, and that's only going very slow. When that was speeded up, it will go a bit more. Now I'll show you now how to check how many amps we're getting. Right, I've taken the multimeter off, and in place of the multimeter I've put an ammeter. So this is the main positive wire from a solid state rectifier. The other side of the ammeter I'm taking straight down to earth. Now I can do this because there's no battery. We haven't got a big reservoir of electricity, and the only electricity we've got is when it's spinning, so we haven't got a massive amount of current. If this were connected to the battery and you did that, you'd dead short it and you'd burn all your wires out. So I'm only testing the output to the generator, how many amps it's giving us at most. This will be at the most when it's going at this speed. So So we're getting 8 amps at 6 volts. So there's nothing wrong with that charging system. That would be too much. If I wired that up to the battery and it was charging like that all the time, it would overcharge the battery, it would boil the battery. So it's important that you don't connect both those wires together all the time. These two wires here, those two, that orange one and that green one, those are the two outputs. You only need one connecting, so that'll cut that down to half, and that'll be your charging when you're running normally, and then you only switch the other one on when your lights are on, because you get a drop. Now you could possibly connect this up to a voltage regulator, a modern voltage regulator. Never done it, but I don't see why I couldn't do it. Connect it up, but it has to be a 6 volt sensitive one. So that's how you test these systems. They're not complicated, but you have to break it down into AC. We're just looking at AC, is nothing here DC. That's just purely AC. Well, that's AC. When it comes out of here, it's DC. This part of it now is DC, but we have no battery. That's what I'm saying with no DC. We haven't got a battery. That would normally just charge your battery up. So the system is back in the day, because they didn't have electronics like they've got today, they had no way of controlling the voltages of the outputs of these. So what they did, they just switched in either one wire or the other wire, and they did it via the lighting switch, which is a really complicated switch. I'll not be using that. I'll be using relays or double pole switches or something. I'll work it out anyway, but what I need to do is, when it's finished, is make sure that when it's running without lights, it doesn't overcharge the battery. But that's how you fit one of these solid state regulators, and that's how you test the output before you actually put petrol through it and run it. You don't need to do that. Just whiz it over with a cordless screwdriver, with a cordless drill. Okay, I hope it's hopefully you can kind of understand that and it's of use to somebody. Okay, bye.